Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last time I did a car video was, it's been a while, like 2 months ago. But I decided since, I don't know why I'm clapping so loud, but I decided since I have my camera on me and it's currently raining outside, so I'm gonna sit in the car and talk to you guys. And I decided to explain my weight loss journey. I have shared a lot of videos and articles and stuff like that leading up to my weight loss, but I've never like sat down and like talked about my journey all the way through from Big Live to now. So I thought it's a perfect opportunity, perfect time to do so. So I'm gonna do that. Let's start from the beginning, from the very beginning of my weight loss. Like I said, I documented I was 256 pounds. I'm pretty sure I was like 280, my highest. But yeah, I just documented at 256 when I started my weight loss. My starting date for my weight loss was June 1st, 2015. That was my day one. I'm just trying to answer the basics that I know people are gonna ask me. I'm 5'5". That seems to be a big one, how tall I am. And yeah, so let's just get right into the nitty gritty. So, back in my Big Live days. So when I first started my weight loss, I straight up went cold turkey with my like eating, with like everything. Like I was so done with being big. I was just like, stop it. I just literally was talking to myself. I was probably looking crazy, but I was talking to myself and I was like, stop making excuses. You say you want to lose weight, but you're not really doing anything to lose weight. I was one of those people complain that I want to lose 100 pounds. I want to lose 70 pounds. I had all these unrealistic goals, which will lead you to failure, you guys. So have realistic goals. I was very unrealistic about my weight loss. And first of all, I'm not an athletic person. I never really went to the gym. That was never me, even though I grew up playing a sports for 9 years, but like I was not an athletic person. So I was very unrealistic about how I was going to start my journey. So to those that are starting your journey, that's why I always say be very realistic or you will set yourself up for failure. I literally like had a moment I think like the first week when I started, and I think I lost like 1 pound, and I was like upset because I thought I was going to drop like 10 pounds. I don't even know what I was thinking, but I realistically thought I was going to drop 10 pounds my first week because I stopped eating fast food. I stopped eating processed food. I was just literally eating like fruits, grilled, baked meats. You know, I was being really healthy and like I never ate like that. I was like, I'm doing really good. I'm on top of my eating. I'm working out. Be dropping some pounds. So I only dropped 1 pound. Very discouraging. I almost quit. There's been several times I almost quit. But yeah, so I almost quit, and then I think I was I'm trying to remember who it was. I was on YouTube. Like ran across a video of this guy pretty much being so truthful, was like, don't expect to lose all this weight overnight. Like you didn't gain it overnight, so don't expect it to lose it overnight. And I don't know, like something like clicked when he said that. And you know what? That's true. Like it took years for me to get almost 300. You know what I mean? Like it took years for me to get this size. So I don't know why I miraculously think I'm gonna lose all this weight so quickly. After that, I kind of like stopped beating myself up. I started really doing my research on how I wanted to go about my journey. Now, my ultimate goal was to lose 100 pounds, regardless of what anyone says, of me not being athletic, of me not liking the gym at the time. Like, that was my, like, ultimate goal, is to hit 100 pounds. I went to my school's track and field, and I would walk the track, or I would walk around my neighborhood where I lived outside of my college. And I would walk until I hit my 10,000 steps. Like, at the time, that's why I'm very thankful for a Fitbit. But at the time I did not have a Fitbit. I literally just had the Fitbit app. This is how serious I was. I only had the Fitbit app. I didn't even get a real Fitbit until like 4 months in. So yeah, I use the Fitbit app every day. So my goal was to hit 10,000 steps no matter what I was doing, no matter if I had to work that day. It didn't matter. I was getting in my steps. Somehow, if I had to walk in place inside my apartment, I was getting my 10,000 steps that day. So that's one thing I did stay consistent on, like, was just hitting my steps. I became so obsessed with hitting my steps, like nothing could stop me from getting my daily steps in. So my goal was just 10,000 steps. Like I said, I was eating fruits, veggies, baked, grilled, steamed, boiled. Remind you, I was working at Jimmy John's when I was doing all this. So I could have been eating Jimmy John's, but I was like, no, because that's really not going to help me. So anyways, I would walk every day, power walk every day, 10,000 steps. So that's about approximately like 3 miles. So I would do like a 5K every day. And until I was like comfortable going to the gym, comfortable, you know, working out in front of people. Like I said, I was never the one inside a gym. So like just being comfortable working out in front of people, that was like a big thing for me. And another thing I noticed when I was bigger, like I always aimed to please people. I don't know why, but that was just like, I was like a people pleaser. Like I was like, oh my God, you know, I was always worried about what people were thinking about me and were saying about me. But that's just how I was at the time. That's how big Liv was. Yeah, so it took me at least like 2 months to get into the gym. So when I start getting into the gym, I would do the same thing. I would just walk the treadmill. And then I kind of like started upping up my regimen because I was getting tired of just walking. So I would incline on the treadmill. And I would start getting on the elliptical a little. You know, I would get on the stationary bike a little. So I started like adding a little bit to things. I never touch any weights. Before anyone even asked, I'd never touch any type of weightlifting. I didn't touch any dumbbells. I didn't do any of that. So it was strictly cardio for the first year of my weight loss. No, I was just treadmill, elliptical, stationary bike. I was doing the basics of which people normally do when they do cardio. And then school time starts. And I decided that I wanted to try out a class. Now, my roommate at the time was like, she was like doing all this like Greek process, going through Greek stuff, and they gotta do a lot of stuff. Just put it that way. He was like going to a cycle class, and I decided to go to the cycle class with her. You guys, literally one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. I will never forget the first day of cycling for me because I was dying. I think I was only like 4 or 5 minutes in and I was drenched in sweat. I can't do this. My butt hurts. Like, this is not for me. I got wide hips. Like, this is not working. But honestly, I made it through the workout. Thank God. Like, I made it through the workout. Like, I'm gonna come back. And then I came back again. And I don't know, like, I just kept going back. I had a really good instructor. Her name was Lacey at Radford. Shout out to Lacey because she really made spin class so much fun. She incorporated a lot of her own twists to spinning that I still do to this day. And that was almost 2 years ago, over 2 years ago. Shout out to Lacey. Hey girl. So I would go to spin class probably 3 times a week. And I was still like doing my treadmill, getting my 10,000 steps a day. I was still eating the same. So let's roll into like month 5, I think, like around October. So around October, I kind of discovered ketosis, low carb, high fat. I found it on like a Facebook group randomly one day, and I was like, low carb, huh? I'm not even kidding. I literally was just scrolling the group and I saw like back to back to back, I was seeing like 20 people. I'm talking like big people, like was dropping mad weight from eating low carb. And I was like, they're freaking eating bacon. They're eating all these meats. They're eating cheese. They're eating all the stuff that I like, that I thought was bad. But they were eating all these foods. And I was like, how are they? First, I was just blown off the bacon part alone. I was like, how are they eating all this food and losing weight? And half of them weren't even exercising at the time. So they were just literally low carb and that's it. Sadly, the page doesn't exist anymore. Sad face. I was on that page. I'm telling you, I was on that page every single day. That's where I got a lot of recipes. That's where I got a lot of ideas. But I was on that page just pretty much learning and making myself very knowledgeable of how low carb works. So I began low carb. So the next time I was done with all my foods, when I went to the grocery store, I was like, okay, everything is simply low carb. So I started low carbing. Now when I got to this point, I'm like almost 5 months into my weight loss. And I think I've only dropped like 25 to 30 pounds. I wish I had my notes, but I lost my iPhone at the time, so I lost all the information. So y'all should write this down other than on your iPhone when you're tracking your progress, because your phone ain't always reliable. Anyways, I started low carb, and literally that's all I would eat was low carb. I never really cheated. I was very on top of it, and I was just eating. I really enjoy low carb. I still eat low carb to this day, except for I add fruits to my low carb, even though fruits are high in carbs. But I love my fruits. I was really into low carb. I was dropping, I was dropping weight like, you guys, I didn't even have to go to the gym if I didn't want to, but like I said, I would start cycling class. I discovered body pump class. I was like really into my weight loss at this point. I feel like I was like at my prime and like working out, because I was working out like 6 days a week on top of everything else going on in my life. I was always at the gym. I was there for like at least an hour to 2 hours every day. So yeah, this was like my prime of weight loss, even though I was only like 30 pounds down. So yeah, I started low carb in October. I think it was like around January where I really started noticing like my weight loss, because I weighed myself. And you guys can go to my Instagram. You can see all these pictures because I documented everything on my Instagram. So good thing, because I lost all those pictures. But like I said, I documented all that on my Instagram. And I remember when I hit my 200 pounds. You guys, I don't know, something about seeing that number. I hit 200 pounds. And I was just so like, oh my God, I'm down 56 pounds, eating low carb, still exercising the same, getting my 10,000 steps a day. So it felt really, really good. I had more energy. Like, I just felt good, and I just kept going. Like I said, workout wise, I started getting more into like classes. I would go to Zumba here and there. I would do body pump class 2-3 times a week as well. I just kind of like switch it up, but I was religiously going to cycle though. I kind of upped my cycle from 3 days to 4 days. So I do credit cycling a lot to my weight loss. I was just doing what I do every week. Cycle, workout, you know, work, school, same old, same old. But yeah, in January when I hit my 200 pounds, I was down 50 pounds in my first like 6 months, which was insane. This is coming from the girl that would quit after losing 2 pounds and not seeing enough results. So for me, this was a big milestone. Now, I didn't get crazy again, but shied away from low carb a little bit because, like I said, I was in college. It was my senior year. I wanted to turn up. I wanted to have fun. I wanted to enjoy my last semester of college. It was my last semester of college. I mean, I'm about my business, but I need to enjoy my last semester of school, you know. So I would go out more. I would drink a little here and there with my friends. I don't know, like from spring break until prepping for graduation, I was on it. I was on it because, like I told, I don't know if you guys watched, I don't know what video I made of it. I don't know which one. One of my videos, I posted how I bought a black dress from Fashion Nova that was a size medium. And I bought it like when I was 75 pounds heavier. And I was determined to fit that dress for graduation. And I wasn't buying no other dress. So that was the dress that was gonna fit, or I was just screwed pretty much. The last like 2 months of school, I was on top of my weight loss. To fit my dress, I had to fit my cap and gown. Like, this is like my ultimate goal. I'm doing all this leading up to looking good on my graduation day. So luckily I fit the dress, thank God. I fit the dress on graduation day. But yeah, I was on top of it. Like, I was still going to cycling. I got back on my low carb. I was so strict on myself. I didn't even eat out. I didn't do any of that. I would go out with friends. I would drink water. They all drink it. I'm drinking water. Really on top of it. Minus the last weekend of college, you know. It's my last weekend. Other than that, I was really on top of it. So when I tell people my weight loss story, I feel like it's very, it wasn't very complex. It was very simple. So I discovered low carb. I did a lot of HIIT cardio. it took me 16 months to lose my 100 pounds. Like I said, I did not do weightlifting at all when I first started. I did no weights. I didn't actually start getting into weightlifting until last year. So I was already down like a good 80 pounds before I started weightlifting. Now, to those that are always like worried about weightlifting because they're gonna get bulky, you guys, let me tell you something about weightlifting. You're not gonna get bulky, I promise you. I don't know who started that myth, but you're just not gonna get bulky. So like, it's gonna take a lot for you to bulk. Like, I don't think people understand that. Like, it takes a lot for people to bulk. Like, when they have a bulking season, it takes a lot for them to gain all that weight. Like, you have to be eating thousands of calories. You have to be like lifting heavy, all this. Like, you have to do a lot of work to be bulking. So if you think just like lifting weights and you're just gonna magically look manly, like, that's not how it works. I discovered weightlifting, I think, when did I start weightlifting? I think I tried weightlifting like here, and I got kettlebells first. And I would be like lifting kettlebells at my house, and I was like, I need something heavier. So that's when I went to the gym, and I was like, I never went to the weightlifting area, like never. I don't know, it was like intimidating to me. So I started lifting just the barbell. And at the time, that was heavy. So I was like, this is heavy, this is good enough. Like, I'm just gonna lift this. I discovered my love for deadlifts and hip thrusts, which are like keys to growing the booty and the legs. But yeah, I just got really into weightlifting, and now that's pretty much like majority of what I do is weightlift. But yeah, I got really into weightlifting. Like I said, Google's my best friend, so I really like educated myself on weightlifting, and I started weightlifting like 3-4 times a week. I kind of like started doing less cardio, more lifting weights. I was already curvy, but like I said, if you look at the gram, check out my Instagram. Like I said, I was already curvy, but lifting weights just really enhanced my shape, like, to another level, to a whole new level. So I encourage people to weightlift as well as cardio when they first start, because I didn't do that. But like I said, I didn't have the knowledge. I didn't have anyone like trying to lose weight, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't have those people in my circle at the time, so I didn't know. I literally taught myself everything that I know, from nutrition to exercising to everything. So yeah, I educated myself on everything. So yeah, I started weightlifting, and the rest is history, really. But yeah, that's kind of like a debriefer of my weight loss journey. But pretty much people probably want to know my stats. Like I said, I lost a lot of my information, so I don't have everything, but like, I lost 3 shoe sizes, or 2.5 shoe sizes. I lost 3 ring sizes. I lost over 40 inches all over my body, not just my waist, people. But yeah, I like gained mentally. I've gained a lot of clarity in my life. Like, I'm more happier, I have more energy, like, I'm more positive. So it's been a good transformation for me. But yeah, that's just kind of a little rundown of how I started my weight loss. Nothing really too exciting, but pretty much my advice to people that are starting their weight loss is to keep going. Consistency is key. I'm a broken record with that, but consistency really is key, you guys. Being persistent and consistent, like, that's anything in life. So you really need to make your health a priority, not an option, you guys. So that's why when people are like, oh, I've tried everything, like, nothing works. I'm not trying to make fun of y'all right now, but I hear this on the daily. I've tried everything, nothing works. I used to be the same sappy person. I used to say the same thing to people. But the thing is, when you stop making excuses, I'm telling you, stop making who's blowing my phone up? But when you stop making excuses and you get on your grind, like, you will see results regardless of your size, your capabilities, anything. Like, I've seen people with one arm have amazing transformations. I've seen people in wheelchairs like transform, like, there's really no excuse for anybody. So that's what I'm saying. Like, make your health a priority and not an option. Add it into your life. Like, if it's something that you want, if you want it bad enough, you will work for it. Trust me. I mean, it's sad that it took me 22 years of my life to finally, like, build up that momentum to start my weight loss journey. But I'm glad that I stopped making excuses. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Just stop making excuses. Pretty much. Like, tough love, y'all. Like, once you lose your excuses, you're golden. Alright, so the camera definitely cut off while I was talking, but like I was saying, lose the excuses, people. Lose the excuses and you will be great. But yeah, so another thing is like tracking your progress really helped me as well. That's another key for motivation for me. It's like tracking my progress with photos every month, weekly, bi-weekly, whatever you want to do. Don't weigh yourself that often because the scale is the devil. Like, I mean that wholeheartedly to you guys. Like, the scale, if that scale goes down, you don't know how damaging that really is to your spirits. So the scale really is the devil's work. So don't, sometimes you have to like not pay attention to the scale. I know a lot of people are like really like, they emphasize on their numbers, and I was the same way. But y'all have to remember, weight loss is a lifestyle change. It's not just some diet that you're doing temporary. It's a forever permanent lifestyle change. So don't pay so much attention to the scale, because if it's a lifestyle change, why are you worried? Really, it's like, why are you worried about the scale so much? You know what I mean? For the rest of your life, if you vow to be a healthier person, then that's all that really matters. You're going to lose the weight, you know? But I'm telling you, once I stopped paying so much attention to the scale, that's when I started really seeing results. So I'm just putting that out there. You don't have to listen to me, but that's what helps me. So I wonder if you even notice me.